All right, welcome back. We're on the Mustang again. And we're gonna start tearing into it, see if we can get it running a little better, cleaned up a little bit. So I got the old degreaser going on her. We're gonna give her the power wash off and undercoat the floors, maybe start doing some body work. We got an interior kit, so I don't know how far we're gonna get, but we're gonna get there together. Okay, darn technology. Didn't want to play nice. It's washed though. She's drip drying. Did forget to mention though, we put new wheels on it. Yeah, those are the old 4-lug. Did end up running some wheel adapters. They're like a front wheel drive wheel. I got them on Marketplace. Good price. I think I gave like 600 bucks, 700 bucks for the whole set. Awesome deal. Look how well them things fit. I mean, they tuck up in there. Of course, I'll show you a better look once we get around the ground. But I'm like a squirrel, guys. I forgot about the wheels. Had to show you. And we'll let her drip dry and get to work. All right, check it out. One freshly undercoated Mustang. You know, it's a tool. We use it. Turned out pretty good though. Pretty happy with it. Kind of scraped some of the big grease off, whatever. It has had, see if I can show you. It has had a trunk pan and some structure put in and her wheel wells. Was happy to see that they did a nice job, so happy with that. Kind of an older repair, but a nice one at that. Other than that, look at her floor pans. We're really nice up in there, up in her spring pockets. We're really good shape, so whatever. Looks like we got a decent Mustang. Someone's put dork boxes in it at one time. Again, looks like they did a nice job, so whatever, hard to complain. It's undercoated though, got a little bit of a tranny leak here. Got a buddy that does trannies, he's hooking me up with the parts to fix that, so get that fixed up. Started rebuilding on the old engine here, so let's hop on the top side and rebuild it. Well, it's fresh on my mind. There was a little bit of bad news up here. Didn't rebuild on that old section because we got some heavy rebuilding here we got to do. So that was like the worst of the rust. So can't really complain too much because it's a fairly straightforward repair. Same story on the other side. Is what it is, you know. Not in the mood for that today though. We are going to keep rebuilding on the old engine here, and by rebuild I mean, you know, that kind of rebuild. She runs good. She looks, you know, mediocre, but she's not leaking all over. So whatever. Need to make her look good. So we'll shine some stuff up, straighten it up. Should look pretty good. And then we'll get on to the outside. Well, I guess we'll hit that rust real quick. Get on the outside. Little interior. Man, this project's gonna turn out nice. All right, we're back at it. Weather's changing. So hopefully more content, car content to come is what that means. But anyways, got her tore down, kind of cleaned up, got down to the original reason of tear down. That little bad boy there. Oof. Yeah, I was afraid that was gonna go on down straight down here. Luckily it just kind of crosses over the bolt. So luckily, I don't think this is going to give us much issue. I mean, these two bolts are really good. Probably put a little extra silicone there and a little longer bolt. Hopefully that'll be okay. I have not run into this exact situation, obviously, but similar situations, and I've gotten okay with that. So hopefully we can get along okay on this one also. So otherwise, you know, we did drain the oil down, looked nice. I have not popped the filter off yet, but I did drain the pan. The oil pump looks newer maybe, I don't know. Someone's definitely been in here. You know, you can see a couple different repaints or what have you, you know, the gaskets and stuff. You know, it's older, whatever. Doesn't bother me. Hopefully they put some good stuff in there is what I'm saying. And it's got some good life in it. But water pump, you know, it kind of looked like it'd been freshly replaced, just surface rusted. But the bottom of it and stuff, you know, looks just like it's been sitting. So hopefully we can get away with it. Did go ahead and grab a new fuel pump just to throw on there. Kind of knock the gasket off of it, but need to get the grease off of it. Whatever. Got the plate cleaned up. We got new parts though. Give the old fan Krylon rebuild, get some gaskets, fuel pump, as I said. You know, we got, what do we got? Oil cinder and stuff like that. Oil filter, rad, and shroud. It did not have a shroud before, so I picked that up. And then we're gonna upgrade her to the old double roller. The old timing chain was wore out, so, and as cheap as they are, why not? So yeah, kind of reading over it. Keep her, you know, we can go either way on the old performance side. We're just going to keep her factory. So getting that set up. Get her slipped back together and see how she sounds. Kind of get to the pretty and upside. I'm kind of tired of being oily. Ready to get her looking pretty. Well, got her all back together. Everything's dried up, sat overnight. So let's clean her up and give her the old spritz this morning. Well, what do you think? Don't mind me, boys. That's just my new 347 I just installed. Yeah, new stroker blueprint. Yeah, it's sweet. Ah, just kidding. Look what a new coat of paint does, though. I mean, Looks nice. I know, look at all that overspray. What are we gonna do? Now we'll get it. All right, well, I masked off the carburetor because I didn't want to overspray it too bad, but pesky overspray on the old valve covers, just a little lacquer thinner rag. That's why I wasn't worried about it. To be honest, valve covers are kind of crusty, so steel wool them. We may end up replacing them, who knows, but really wasn't that worried about the cleanup. Took me all of, what, 30 seconds to do that, so keep rolling. So I got outside masked off, and I don't think I'll bother the engine anymore. It still needs some cleaning. It's getting dustier from sitting around, but I'm gonna go ahead and black out the red, or this edge here, and the cowl. I got the cowl off, and we'll do some touch-ups here on the bottom of the hood, get that kind of cleaned up. And then under the hood is pretty much finished up. Well, we fast forwarded a little bit. I didn't get you guys included as much as I should, so let's get you guys up to speed here. So we obviously painted it. I like it. I was hoping to get you guys in this morning before I started wet sanding and buffing, but I forgot. The paint and the body work, I was just messing around with it here and there, hour here, hour there, and it was just one of those things. I don't know, I just didn't bring you guys along, whatever. I've got a couple pictures, I'll throw them in. It really wasn't much body work, mainly just across the front of the hood, rock chips and little small dents, you know, nothing crazy. I didn't fix every single dent. I'm just making it look better. I kind of just went around what I could, primed it once, and that's just is what it is. Color is just about the same as what was on it, but we enhanced her a little bit. It's a little bit redder. I think it looks a lot better. So we're nearing the end on this project. We got the motor done, we got the underneath done, we got some cool wheels on it. Paint's looking good. We did like a Boss tribute to it. The taillight panel's black. We got rid of the Mustang lettering back here. Like I say, man, that color, it's just so rich, it's so good. We've kind of went around with the old, while I'm right here, we've went around with the old Fez tool and denibbed it. So if you haven't ever messed with one of those, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but it, like I say, learning curve. Here you go, here's one, just where it, you know, whatever, rubbed a little bit. You shouldn't have that. You should have a nice clean, you know, like that one, or whatever, that one there, just nice clean, ends up nice and smooth. And then when you come back with 3000, and you can just hardly even notice it. So that's what we're going for on most of it. It does a pretty good job on runs too. I did get a couple saggers, both on this side, and then one on the wheel well. That's the only ones I've found. I don't know what was happening on this side. Apparently I was just looking for some extra work. So I didn't paint the jambs, any of the jambs, hood, trunk, or doors, but they were already done prior. And like I say, we didn't change on the color too much. That's the new color, and that's the old color. So turned out pretty good. The inside's fine. We'll clean that all up. Yeah, did the taillights, like I say, did the headlights, Boss style, painted them black. And then did like the, I didn't like the real wide Boss stripe, so I kind of went with like the Corvette style Stinger stripe. I feel like that it just fits the body line better, and then painted the scoop black. Turned out pretty good. Threw the old logo up in the cowl. Yeah, turned out pretty good. So I've denibbed it, spent quite a bit of time doing that, but like I say, I feel like I've done it a lot of different ways, and if you can start with the heavier grit sandpaper and just kind of go in and flatten it all out that way. I didn't really care for like going for a show car finish, like perfectly smooth. It's a lot of extra work, to be honest, a lot of extra work. When you can just denib it and hit it with 3000, you get more of like an OE finish, eggshell finish. that's what we're going for. The bodywork's not perfect, and this isn't a perfect car as a driver. It's not bad by no means, but you know, this is gonna look great out in the sun. It'll look like any everyday driver, and there's just no need to make it a show car finish when someone's gonna drive it. They're not gonna, you know, whatever. They don't need that. So that's what it's gonna be. 3,000 grit is what we're using. It's expensive these days. But I found that it works really good. Keep it cleaned out. I've got a squirt bottle and the directional. That is one thing that is important. Directional sander. Mine's from when I had the collision business. I'm sure that someone besides Snap-on makes a directional one. Is the regular DA just kind of does one of these numbers, and that one is actually directional. So when you're buffing it helps get out them scratches. Otherwise you end up with a bunch of little squirrelies, and I'm telling you, they're a nightmare to wet sand or to buff out. You get it wet sanded fine, but to buff them out, them little squirrelies, if anyone has done this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. They're terrible to get out. You got to use a directional sander. So other than that, I've got some 2000 brewing in the old pot here just in case we need to hit something, but I doubt we're gonna need much of that. I just kind of go around, wet sand it, squeegee it, wipe her off. Like I say, you can kind of already see her glossing up. Turns out pretty good. We'll have a nice OE finish. It should buff up really fast, but it's getting late in the day on Monday, so we'll throw you on time lapse. Probably gonna take a couple days, then we'll jump on the interior, get that finished up, clean the old pig up, and really it's pretty much done. Got some pictures, I can't remember if I said that before, of mid body work. I'll throw them in if I haven't already. What else? If you guys got any questions, throw in a comment. You know, any suggestions, throw in a comment. What would you guys use for wet sanding and buffing? I've done it in a lot of different ways. Like I say, this is what I found to be the fastest and easiest, but I'm not opposed to learning something new. That's how I got here. So I've tried a lot of different ways. I'm not opposed to trying another different way. Or a different product. I haven't found any particular buffing compound that works the best. This is what we're using. Like I say, they all are about the same. We're going to try the Amazon pad. I usually use the 3M pads. I've got some Amazon 2000, and this is not Amazon. But anyhow, whatever, that's Unigrit is what that is. Unigrit 2000, so a little bit better paper, but yeah, I'm rambling. Sorry guys, I get to doing that. Okay, we're back. Been a couple days. So, pretty well got the whole car cut, buffed. Once I showed you guys that on film, and then kind of went to repainting the trunk, and then I went ahead and finished buffed it with a black pad and some, you know, just finished compound, whatever. Hood and the trunk both had like some spiderweb cracking from the old paint job. That was the main reason I wanted to paint it. It looked really bad. That and the color wasn't my favorite. Whatever, lots of little things, but that was kind of the main reason because it really looked trashy. First time I'd kind of dealt with that situation. Turned out pretty good. It's a little dusty right now, so I'm not gonna rub all over it, but you can still see those cracking just a little bit. You could before too, the first time I painted it, but after I cut and buffed it, you could feel it with your fingernail, like they were just valleys, and I didn't like that. If it caught any kind of compound or like waxing it in the future, I figured it was just gonna leave white streaks everywhere. I don't like that. So I thought I could just 600 grit it down real quick. I did a light layer of a base on it, and then I re-hit it with 3 more coats of clear. Nice and smooth. Next day I come out, cracks come back. You can't feel them now, so I went ahead and cut and buffed it again. And you can't see them outside, of course, in these lights. And I've had a few people come in and look at it and they didn't even notice it. But of course, you can nitpick your own stuff, the worst, whatever. I'm the biggest critic of myself. And these lights are really terrible, but you get it outside, it looks great. So I'm happy I redid it. Is it perfect? No, but it's a driver again, remember, and it's not gonna hurt anything. It looks good, so whatever. If the next guy's that picky, then, you know, whatever, you just don't have to get it. Getting her cleaned up. We did get new side marker lights, new sills, kind of restored on the old Mustang badges and stuff, just give them the old paint cleanup. Got the scoop on there, that looks good. Got the cowl on there. You can say everything's finished, buffed, mirrors on, you know, whatever. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Turned out pretty good. Like I say, it looks really good outside. We'll get you guys in on that. Kind of restored on the old fuel cap. Whatever. Now we're on the interior, so we're just gonna give this the old, you know, it's kind of the restore we're going here. We've got new seat covers. Haven't dug them out of the box yet. We've got some armrests up there. So we're gonna give the old door panels and the rest of this just seal, like I say, and clean up the carpet. And I think the interior will be looking just fine for what we're going for. So stick around, keep moving. Next day, got them restored. Did the same thing with the old badges, kind of gave them the old restore. Cleaned up the trunk, vacuumed it out, got our spare bits in there, and started vacuuming the inside, but got bored with that quickly. Got the back seat loose, need to just slip it out. Front seats, need to get them unbolted. Gotta fix that little guy too for the unlock. The other side works, but not this side. Thought I'd cut you guys in on the old center console action. Father-in-law picked this up. He's got a 67. I think I've told you guys that before, but anyhow. I think he picked it up at a garage sale. We got the old $3 price tag in there. But just zips down, a couple bolts back there. And looks like it's got a couple options for bolts up here. But I'd give her the old slice and dice a little bit on the bottom. The old Sawzall. I don't know what it's out of, like I say, but I think it'll work just fine. If we tuck it back and cut it down a little bit, we'll just kind of basically ram it up against the back seat. The rear cup holders won't be usable, but honestly the rear seat's not real usable. So got a cup holder in the front though. I think that'll make all the difference. And after I shorten it up an inch or so, it's kind of a good height, and you know, it's out of the way of the shifter. So yeah, there's our slicer, and there's our leftover bits. So anyhow, I'm gonna keep vacuuming. Probably gonna use that though. Probably just run some screws right down in the floor, paint her black, maybe slip some of this old upholstery over that. I don't know, maybe, or just throw a piece of black over it or something. I don't know. We'll do something with that lid quick, but yeah, finish cleaning up the interior, unbolt those, throw the new covers on. Outside's pretty well wrapped, so let's try to get this inside wrapped. All right, what do you think? Back seat's done. A little bit of wrinkling from packaging. We're gonna let it sit out in the sun, but figured we'd let you guys see it. CJ Pony kit. Not too bad, turned out good. We got her all ringed on. Sorry, that was definitely a two-person job, and we definitely didn't look good on camera. So anyways, we got it done. We're gonna throw it out in the sun. We wanted the other seats. Another day in the books. Pretty well got the interior buttoned up, so I figured I'd give you guys the old update. Just kind of going around painting all these little pieces of trim. Console turned out good. We got the side pieces or whatever for the back seat, visors, all that stuff turned out really good. Happy with it. Like I say, we got the one seat left. I saved it because it's got the little mechanism on the side that's messed up, so who knows what we're getting into there. Headliner, I gave you guys a quick peek. We just bombed it like the rest of it. Turned out really nice. Yeah, got everything looks good. So run outside. I got the seats chilling in the sun, work out some of the wrinkles and stuff, let them relax a little bit. Yeah, check them out. Like I say, passenger bucket seat done, other than the little plastic pieces on the side. There's a metal wire that goes all the way around. If you guys haven't done upholstery, I'm not no pro. I've done a few kits. I don't know, these for sure definitely seem to whoop my butt. You got this wire that goes around in there and it's deep. You got to hog ring it. Hands down to you guys that do upholstery, like, gosh dang, what an aggravating time. Definitely wouldn't want to do it every day. Wrinkles though, like I say, that's just from it being boxed up, and those will come out. I might have to let it sit out in the sun for another day, but even in the car they'll eventually work their way out. But yeah, no, it looks pretty good. Bottom turned out really nice. I mean, even the top turned out good other than little wrinkles, but can't complain too much. Let it sit out in the sun, do its thing, and we'll get the other one done. Probably catch you guys when we're buttoned up, but yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Pretty nice kit, CJ Pony kit. I can't remember if I told you guys that, but yep. And we're back. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, Labor Day weekend. A little breezy. Sorry about that. But man, oh man, doesn't she look good? I am darn happy with it. You get it in the shop and you just, especially when you're a guy like me, you just nitpick the heck out of it. So you're in a small area. Man, you get it out here, that shine is nice. I do like that color. Looks pretty darn good. Quite pleased with it. It's been, what, a couple months maybe we've probably been messing around with this project. I like that black taillight panel. Sure does look nice. And I like the little details like the Ford, like the gas cap there, just painting all them little letters and stuff. Really just adds to it. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, that back sail panel or window panel is supposed to be black. I like it painted body color. I like the little bits of new chrome that we replaced. Wheels look great. These were black before. Really look good now that they're body color. Quite enjoy it. You know, pretty much done though. She's going up on the old shopping block. And the next guy's gonna get to do a few things, like little stuff, like the antenna needs replaced and the radio. Well, we didn't get no speakers in it. And maybe the next guy maybe wants to do a little better radio. I don't know. Interior though, seats are done. We did the hard part. The rest of it, nice little refresh, looks pretty good. Really cleaned it up. I mean, the interior honestly looks great. A few little wrinkles that I think in the sun will eventually work out. Headliner looks great. Center console, father-in-law even approved of that. Don't know what that was out of. He said it was just kind of something he had in a pickup, and yeah, turned out great. Happy with it. Interior looks good. Exterior, man, I don't know. She looks great. Love that paint and body. Can't get whew, look at that. Can't get too upset about a '69 Mustang, and pretty blessed to have put that in the old resume or whatever in the book. Pretty excited. You know, I'm not a muscle car guy, but obviously who doesn't like a '69 Mustang? I mean, I just think that they just nailed it. You know, whatever, it's a good looking car. Some of these muscle cars are just, everybody's got or had or got one, or they're catalog cars or whatever, but they're cool to do. It's cool to do once anyways. I like it. Super happy. Anyways, rambling. Yeah, we started off with the engine bay. She runs like a top. We've cruised her around a little bit. Didn't do too much under here, just kind of cleaned her up. Next guy could frill her up if you wanted, but you know, just leave it and drive it. She looks great. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. She's pretty much rocked out. The color's just beautiful. I love it. Interior turned out great. Took way longer than I thought. Like I say, it's Labor Day, so I've kind of been, you know, scatterbrained. Should have been working on the rat rod, then I jumped onto the Falcon, then we jumped onto this. We get back to the rat rod. It's only like 18 days till the show, and it's still back there, not even close to finish, because I've been focusing on this. So anyways, check out those videos. Tell me what you think about this video. thanks all for watching. See you on the next one. Thanks.